And so one of the things that you mentioned, you said that burnout did not start right before you took FEMLA. When did
Mhm.
you first start
Mm.
experiencing the earliest signs of burnout?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I would say, as I've kind of looked and reflected back on that, it was probably about even 2 years before I was willing to recognize it.
Mhm,
Um, and it started as depression.
mhm,
I just was not enjoying the work that I was doing every day. I got to the and what really hit me, and I'd heard someone else say this too, and I can't recall who I'd heard it from to give them credit, but it was when work feels more like a chore, then you're probably starting to have some of that blocked care. You're starting down an unhealthy path. So for me, it was about 2 years, and I became really cynical. I'm a little I love sarcasm, and so I'm just that by nature. But it was more than that. Like it just became really, I think cynical is probably the right word. I just looked for an ulterior motive to anything or everything that was coming down, and that's probably not a great term, but just all the additional quality measures that were being added and kind of every little nuance in the electronic record that was being added. I really struggled to find anything in a day that I enjoyed doing.
mhm,
um, I could not wait for the end of the day to come. And then that um, I think that just sort of slowly, um, yeah, just transitioned, and anxiety became a feature of it. I think just because I was kind of so miserable when I was at work that I kind of dreaded going. And so then that just created kind of the anxiety as well. Sure, I tried SSRIs and SNRIs and whatever else. I never went to benzos or anything. I just didn't feel like that would be a great place for me to go to. And I always say medications help you tolerate things a little bit better, but they certainly don't change the things for you. So, yeah, I'd say it started as depression, and then anxiety was added to it. My husband, who he doesn't notice a lot, he's a great guy, but he's usually pretty reserved and doesn't make an awful lot of comments. But I do remember him just being like, I'm worried about you. This is not a good place. And then one of my mentors slash friends was noticing changes and just really encouraged me to do something. And so that kind of, I think that's really what spurred me to just take the time off. And so I'm really grateful for that encouragement. I'm sure I saw a counselor or something during that time too. And I think I thought about this because it is still a taboo subject, despite all the awareness that's brought up about mental health. It's still relatively taboo. And I think, especially within a professional field, medicine, and I hadn't really appreciated that. Um, I'm generally just kind of an open book type of person.
mhm.
And I just see my experiences as, if I can help use those, to help the next person, like that's kind of what I'm here for in life.
For us, by us, and just for us, this is Hope for Med.